Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. Welcome. Okay, so you guys know that I am still working out the numeric value of the day, right? Just trying to get acquainted with exactly where I am in this timeline, where I am in this dimension, because things as we know it have changed. So, one of the things about your spiritual growth, just so you know, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hey, Jasmine. I thought I made this private. Okay, I might have to jump off because this is supposed to be tomorrow's daily vibration. See, I messed up. Okay, well, I guess I'm on here. I might as well stay on. I started this off as a daily vibration, but shit. I was gonna talk about I told y'all I'd be fucking up. Okay, so I meant to make it private, but I didn't. And it was just gonna be like a 3-minute video, y'all. I promise y'all I was about to jump off. Yes, Jasmine. But the topic of the daily vibration was going to be the universe is mental, and that's all there is, right? So, hey, Nancy. So the universe is mental, and that's all there is. That was going to be the topic of the daily vibration. So I guess I could just kind of chill for a little while and then repost it, right? Okay, so welcome if you are new to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Yes, I guess it needs to come out, Jay. My name is Kamoy, and I am going to be talking about the universe is mental, okay? And that's all there is, right? So there are only three things that really makes things manifest in I want to say come into physical form, aka matter. That is sound, vibration, and frequency. Okay, which could also be considered, light. Okay, uh, or light code information. Okay, we talked about this the other day where I asked you guys what did you think was more, which was faster, sound or light. And I think we got the consensus that sound was faster. Okay, now with that being said, the universe is mental, and that is all there is. Now, that is a big concept to kind of embrace, because to say the universe is mental and that is all there is makes you, first, when you start to learn this truth, because it is a universal truth, when you begin to learn this truth, this can actually take you out of a paradigm and then make you feel like you're fucking crazy. Because if everything is mental, then what about food? What about sex? What about a job? What about family? So you mean tell me, that all of these physical things that I experience and have emotions and feelings for, and I can actually touch and see and experience, you mean all of that is mental? How could that be possible, right? Now, if you have taken my meditation, right, any of my meditation, you will know exactly how that is possible, okay? Everything is mental in the universe, which means that your thoughts manifest things, right? Now, the interesting thing that you need to know about this, here's the paradox though. You are not your thoughts. Although the thoughts manifest things, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts, right? Hey, Kimberly, how are you? But you are not your thoughts. You are just the observer of your thoughts, right? The way that you're going to be able to break free as this energy is coming in, it is going to have to be a mental break. It is not going to be a physical break, okay? The way that you're going to be able to maintain peace and serenity in this energy, it is going to be a mental break. It's not going to be a physical break, okay? Now, within your mental capacities, you have emotions, or you have, let's just say, your five. Thank you. I'm out on the deck. Thank you, Mona. Let's just say, if you get rid of your five senses, even if you close your eyes, right? If you close your eyes, you can literally take control of your five senses. If you close your eyes, and let's say, for example, your grandmother used to bake the best apple pies ever, and if you close your eye long enough and you think about your grandma, you will be able to not only smell grandma's apple pies, but you will be literally able to see grandma in the kitchen baking them apple pies, and there's going to get to a point where you can literally taste grandma's apple pie just watering in your mouth, okay? So with that being said, how do you take your place back to bringing back in the memory of how grandma's pie tastes, grandma in the kitchen baking, even the smell of grandma's apple pie. All of that is being done with your mental capacities, okay? Now, some of the information that I teach, I know I got to baby step it because not everybody, uh, not everybody is ready for this type of information. You got to be seeking for this type of information, right? When you begin to understand not only is the universe mental and everything within the universe mental, then you begin to understand how others can control the concept or the structure in which this universe, right, or this infinite source of energy dwells, right? So I say it like this. First, it's like having a car in the driveway, a brand new decked out 2020, let's say, whatever kind of car you like, right? Having a brand new car in your driveway. You got the keys to the car, right? Right? But the keys to the car, you got to punch in a code. Yes, Jeepy. You got to punch in a code, right? But you can't literally drive the Jeep without the code. So as far as you know, you haven't looked for the code, you haven't opened a manual, but you just get frustrated because you want to drive your brand new car, but it requires you actually doing the work to figure out a code. A lot of people don't understand we are trapped mentally and we're trapped emotionally because you have not figured out the code to the universe, okay? Once again, let me repeat this, okay? If you're coming in, please put a thumbs up on the video. The universe is mental. Everything that you see, everything that you feel, everything that you taste, everything that you touch comes from a place of your third eye and your crown chakra. It comes from the ethers. It comes from a place where thoughts reside. And then even at a deeper level, it also comes from a place where all things reside, right? It has really nothing even to do with thoughts. All things reside. It's just energy, okay? So, with that being said, if you're not understanding right now where we are in this space and within this time that everything is mental and the way for you to be able to acquire things is mentally, aka meditation, right? You're going to get stuck in this energy. You're going to get stuck in this energy, right? I know somebody really well, and they just profess that they are, they're spiritual, they work with their deities, and, and they know how to manifest. And so I am always interested, and I always go back and I go, because this person is also always talking about how stressed out they are, right? So if you are operating from a place of spiritual, I want to say awareness, stress should not be the energy that you're overtaken by, because there are ways to relieve stress, right? I just gave you guys a gem, all right? Everything is mental, which means if you want to alleviate stress, you have to go in mentally, and you have to do that. A lot of people try to alleviate stress by doing things physically, and you can do things physically to alleviate stress. You can, but if it's not first from a place where you've mentally co-signed that this is what you want to do, it's going to be short-lived. It's like creating your New Year's resolution, right? You know how you do this, though. January, the end of December, you get all this list of shit that you're going to do or you're not going to do, and you create a whole list of stuff, right? Only to realize maybe the end of February, beginning of February, definitely by March. Hey, Latasha, definitely by March, half the shit that you were doing on the list you no longer do, right? Why is that, right? Change does not come from you physically picking up and doing something. Any change that you are having within your life first has to come internally. That is how it's going to be long lasting. So I say this all the time. If you want to lose weight, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car, the best way for you to do that is for you to get quiet and go within, where everything lives mentally. Now, see, this is what you need to understand, right? We vibrate and we live in a universe of code frequencies, and you can think about it as radio signals, okay? Electrical magnetic waves, okay? This body is a shell, okay? This is a shell. This is a car. This is like a car, a suit. I think in the video games now, they literally call it what do they call it? A sleeve or a skin or something like that. A sleeve, okay? Thank you, Carol. So you got to think about it like that, right? So if now literally think about it like that. So if the car, right, is what you get into and you turn the ignition and you drive, you need to think of your body being the car in which you're moving. Thank you, a skin in which you're moving, right? You are not manifesting anything that is permanent on this physical realm. Everything that you see in this physical realm is eventually going to die away and is going to wither away, right? When you come into this earthly realm, aka Gaia, aka Mother Earth, aka Tara, there are many names, there are many incarnations of of Earth, okay, based on every culture or every civilization, and mind you, there have been millions of civilizations, okay. Please don't think that we've only been around for a couple of 100,000 years, or whatever they give, they feed us in the history books. That is not true, okay. We have evolved, we've evolved, all right. Now, so if you get into a car, right, and you know that you, the physical person, hey, Poetic, have to get into the car and you have to turn the ignition, you have to put your foot in the gas. But right now, they actually got cars, I think, that does that for you. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Once again, that's like taking away my, that's like taking away, and you have to be mindful of this. That's like taking away my power for me to imagine and for me to create. Right, like I don't, yeah, I don't like that. I don't. There's something tranquil for me about being able to drive, there's something tranquil for me. I don't like not being able to do, to feel, to experience, because that's what you're here for. Hey, Sam. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, Jay, let me just say this, right? Now pay attention, Jay. Technology takes away your control of your hands. Okay, so let me just say this, Jay. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? If everything is mental, and you can think of technology as a mental computer where you store everything, why wouldn't they be pushing technology? Now you gotta peep the game, right? You gotta peep the game. There's 15 people in here. Could I please get 15 thumbs up? You gotta peep the game, okay? They've been showing you for a while that we are living in created realities and alternate realities. Remember, they really started to introduce you to this when they started to talk about reality shows, okay? Yes, yep, y'all could get the book Mind Control 101, okay? They started to introduce this theory when they started to let you guys know about reality shows, See, we still have this wave of reality shows. Now, I'm just saying, if you look at the wave of reality shows and what has transpired throughout the years, don't you guys see how reality shows are starting to mimic real life? Do you guys not see that? Do you not see that? Do you not see how this is? See, because as above, so below, as within, so without. And right now, if you're not going within, then you are going to do without. It's that simple. If you're not going within, you're going to do without. Okay? Meditation is going to be key. And let me just say this again, because I really want to get this. Okay? This ain't for everybody. This is not for everybody. Ascension is not going to go viral and be on mainstream media, okay? Everyone is not ascending. Everyone is not going to be in your new earth that you've created, okay? Because that's what they don't tell you. What they don't tell you is your new earth literally is internally, okay? And then as you create that new earth internally, you start to vibrate differently, then you start to pull things from the external to experience that, right? But it is internally, all right? This is not for everybody. Yep, this is not for everybody. Now, I've gotten to a point, and I keep saying, like, I'm going through a transformation, and I can't quite put my finger on exactly how it's unfolding. Let's just say, like, there's levels to, let me just, the best way I can put it is this, y'all. If you're a seeker, please know you could have studied something for 10 years. And by the 10th year, you've mastered that. Like, you've mastered it. You know every ins and outs. You know how to flip it. You know how to regurgitate it. You know, like, you've experienced that shit, right? And then the universe, your higher self, will send you to a place where everything that you just sat and learned for the past 10 years it no longer means shit. You got to get rid of everything you just learned for the past 10 years, because that shit, that don't even rock where you are right now, okay? And this is what's happening right now, okay? There is a place right now where everything that you thought you knew, where everything that you thought you, like, just had it, oh, fuck, yes, I graduated, guess what? Yeah, you about to, yep, totally new reality. Hey, Angela, how are you? Totally new reality. Totally new reality, okay? Totally new reality. I cannot stress to you guys enough how important it is for you to be right now into a constant place of meditation, all right? And I say that even if you're not sitting and you're not, you know, you're not sitting and you're not in your stance, you need to create an environment where the frequency or the music, right, is being resonant to your chakra. It's resonating with your chakras, okay? It is going to be important for you to be able to know how to man your chakra systems, and for you to know how to, what's the word? I really want to say, you're going to have to man your L7s, right? You're going to have to man your L7s. A lot of what's going to unfold from the end of summer really towards the beginning of next year, okay, is going to be a lot of fear-induced trauma, okay? A lot of fear-induced trauma. Now, I talk a lot about being able to manifest, right? And a lot of you may ask, okay, but how am I manifesting with all of this craziness and chaos that's going on in the world, right? How am I manifesting with all of this craziness and chaos in the world? You're manifesting with all of this craziness and chaos in the world because everything is mental. Everything that's going on outside of you that is not of this highest vibration where love and it's all inclusive is there to introduce fear, right? And when you introduce fear to someone, you fuck with the vibrational frequencies and you fuck with the portals within their body. And another thing they're not telling you is that they do not teach you that you got 12 chakras. You don't have just 7 chakras. There are 12 portals within your auric field that you deal with, okay? Yes, 7 of them is in your body. Okay, and the rest of them may dwell outside of your body, but there's still 12 chakra points that you're connected to. Okay, well, the main 7 are in your body. Okay, so yep, you do. Yep, Kimberly, 12 of them, and so because you guys have to understand too, right? Everything is in sequence and everything is in code. So when you see 12 disciples, when you see 12 disciplines, when you see 12 zodiac, everything that's 12 relates back to the 12 zodiac archetype or the 12 houses, okay? These 12 houses are 12 gateways or 12 portals to different archetypes or energies that dwell within these realms, okay? Now, this is what I will say. Not everyone that access these portals, you know how they have a saying, within my father's house, within my father's mansion, there's many, I can't remember, within my father's house, mansion, there's many doors or something like that, okay? So you have to understand, when you go into these 12 realms or these 12 gateways or these 12 portals or these 12 disciplines or the 12 disciples or the 12 zodiacs, please listen to me, okay? Because you also have to understand everything that you have been taught and everything that we have been fed has been bullshit. It's been absolutely fucking bullshit, okay? Absolutely bullshit. But if you're seeking, you will begin to connect the dots because your spirit is going to teach you. And let me just put this out there too. Let me just put this out there for all of my seekers, okay? If you're truly a seeker and you're truly tapped in, and this is how my guides work for me, they're going to come to me and they're going to give me a situation and a story, and then I'm going to go fact check. A lot of information that comes in, if you're truly on your path, they give you first. Hey, Apple, they're going to give it to you first. And then somebody's either going to confirm, you're either going to open up your YouTube page. Now, and so now even pay attention to how everything is mental too. How many of you have opened up your YouTube page and something pops up in your YouTube channel or the stream that you just thought about maybe 5 minutes ago that you didn't even type in? You didn't even go to look at, you didn't even go to look it up, but it just popped up in your stream. Okay, I don't know if anyone else have had that experience, but I want you to understand this is how sensitive you are. That is the electrical magnetic pull. Now, I have a whole different stream of what I will call inner knowing behind some of that, because I also think if you give me a second, I could even take you down the rabbit hole of how certain sources and certain entities are connected to your electrical magnetic field. And this is why when you open YouTube, immediately, right, your shit can pop up, because your consciousness is a radio wave. Okay, and if your consciousness is a radio wave, and trust me, like, this is what I'm saying, pay attention to the movies. Altered Carbon tells you that when they take your consciousness, when they snap, they snap your consciousness. So you're either ooh, mosquito. So you're either yeah, the mosquitoes, I thank them for their energy, but they gotta go. Okay, so you're either constantly pulling in, okay, or you're constantly taking in somebody else's ideas, somebody else's opinions, and we call those casting spells. Okay, somebody else's words become your reality, or you're projecting your own reality. Now, what end of the fence are you gonna be on? You got to make up your mind about this. You got to make up your mind about what end are you going to be on. Are you going to be constantly receiving in somebody's reality, constantly receiving in somebody else what you were projected as a reality, the lack, right? The racism, right? Yes, Carol, right? The narcissist behavior, people that are arrogant, people that are arrogant but undercover narcissists. I'm sorry, charming but are undercover narcissists, right? How much longer are you going to operate without your power and without your spiritual sovereignty? I had to take down the video that I did about Beyonce, because Spirit started to deal with me about that and say, you're not even supposed to have an opinion in any of that. Why rant? And you don't have to rant about that. We already know what that is. We already know how that's going down. The message that you should have just gave to other people is that they need to find the real name of the deities themselves. They need to find the real names of these deities that are now here to assist us themselves. This is not something that I can give you what comes through, but real talk, that's something you're going to have to go get on your own. Because if I'm getting it, that means you guys are getting it too. If you're an empath, you are still vibrating within the same, and call up the ancestors, find out what the name of these deities are. Everything is mental. This is what I'm saying. If everything is mental, trust and believe. Okay? And it's so interesting because I heard a deity in my head, because I've been dealing with kind of going on a tantrum about that song a couple of days ago, and Spirit just I kept on saying, okay, but who are the deities? And I swear to you guys, not. I went in my email today. Yeah, I hear all of that. Okay, everything means something. I went into my email today, and there was information about an ancient deity that I emailed myself a while back. And it's interesting because I said the name while I was out here a while ago. I remember calling the name, or and seeing the name. But today, I went to type something in, and it popped up. So I'm already, Carol, yeah. I am already on it. You guys, like, this is not, you really need to understand that where we are right now, and if you are online and you are not so much popping off in mainstream media, you know that there's some stuff going on with the elites. You know that there's some stuff going on that they're not putting as much stuff as you're finding out online about what's going on under the table, right? Why is it that none of the stuff is even being made public in mainstream media for other people to have an opinion, you know, on one side versus the next, right? So I say all of that to say that we know everything that's fed to you is not as it seemed. Okay. Yeah. So and anything that you see in mainstream, you know, it is not as it seems, right? um, I pay attention to the movies, and I pay attention to the entertainers and the music, because they give me a great indication to confirm what's going on spiritually. What I should have came to you guys and said when I heard the song was, we need to prepare. I've been telling you guys for a while now that you need to interact with your spiritual toolkit. And if you're practicing magic, you need to do that. If you're chanting, you need to do that. I spoke about this weeks ago. So I should have gotten on here instead of doing a temper tantrum. I should have gotten on here and just giving you guys like heads up. Okay, y'all don't see what they put out. They're clearly telling you that these motherfuckers using magic, and they're clearly telling you we coming after the gods and the goddesses that y'all worship. They're clearly telling you that. And not only we coming with y'all, we also bringing motherfuckers that don't know shit with us, and they gonna pull in that energy too. So what energy you think you're getting from Yamaya, Oshun, and all of that, guess what? It's gonna be dumbed down, because now there's gonna be millions of us motherfuckers doing the same thing. Right? Now, what you need to recognize too, and I want you guys to understand this, what they don't tell you is when they put the end of the world in the Bible and a lot of these spiritual doctrines, what they didn't tell you, the end of the world really means the end of an age or the end of an eon, right? So we're now, you know, in the ending of the age, Pisces, and you could kind of say like we're on the cusp of the Aquarian age. This is an age that you would be considered to be known the golden age. Okay, I also told you guys that you needed to get up on you needed to get up, and I told you guys this a while back, and I didn't understand. I'm seeing geometric symbols. The sun is coming down, and I'm seeing geometric symbols. I told you guys you needed to get up on the deities of the dark side, right? You need to get up on the deities of the dark side right now, because that's the ones that you're going to be able to use to combat a lot of this energy, okay? Out of darkness comes enlightenment. In order for you to get light, you're going to have to walk in the room, right, in the dark, and then flip that light switch on. This is how this is happening, all right? This is not going to be a physical war. This is going to be a spiritual war, okay? And she literally basically came out and let you guys know, like, this is what it is. Yeah, this is what it is. That's what that song represented. This is what it is. We hear y'all motherfuckers up in that spiritual war, but guess what? We've waged war too. So yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So understand that song was just blowing the horn that we are full-fledged in a spiritual war. If you are not doing protection, if you are not if you are not using your intuition, if you are not tapping in with meditation, you will get lost up in the source. You will feel people pulling on you. Let me just tell y'all something, okay? Like, this is real talk. If I walk up in a room and I feel the energy is just fucked up, like it's just fucked up, the first thing I'm fitting to do is I am about to throw every energy or every entity that is in that space. You got to get the fucks up out of here, because you don't belong here. You don't belong here. If you are not here for my greatest and my highest good, you need to leave, because you do not belong here. Do you know you have that power? 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 See, this is the thing. This is why you need to understand everything is mental. All right? Why do you think they constantly show you superheroes? You think those Marvel characters and all of the Superman and Wonder Woman and all of that, you think all of that is bullshit? Right? It's bullshit if you don't understand the coding and what it means for your subconscious, right? But if you understand subconsciously, that is a part of your psyche. Literally, they're showing you parts of your psyche, right? Then you know exactly how to move. This is a mental, spiritual game, right? You know how to move. Think about it this way. I'm a mother. Okay, so and if you're a parent, you can get this. You know when your child comes up and your child starts saying, "Ma, oh wow, I love your hair. Oh ma, how was your day? Oh ma." And you know that child don't never do that shit unless they want something. Don't your eyebrow raise in the first room like, okay, what do you want, boy? Just come out and ask. You know when you're being baited, right? This is where you have to get, this is exactly where you have to get right now. Pay attention to what's going on. There is nothing happening right now under the sun that has not happened. Pay attention to the election cycles. Pay attention to the change of power, okay? And I told you guys to pay attention also to what's going on in the UK. And I think I posted this in a private group somewhere where hey Jay, I think I posted this in a group somewhere where I showed there was lights over UK, right? There was some type of the same aurora lights that they talk about that you can see in Alaska, right? Those same pretty lights in the sky, remember? The same pretty lights in the sky. They showed up in the UK over the weekend. I keep telling you guys, pay attention to what's going on. I haven't sat down long enough to kind of like, yes, Alaska, right? Yeah, so the Northern Lights, yes. So there was a Northern Lights over the UK this weekend. There were Northern Lights over the UK this weekend. Okay. 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 So, at least that's what that's what they said they were. I beg to differ. I beg to differ, you know. But for now, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself because I haven't, you know. And I think I told you guys to pay attention to Indonesia. That was also something popped off over there. So this is what you need to be mindful of. Just like your yes, Angela. Just like your was I don't Carol, I don't think so. This is my take on it, Carol, right? Just like your chakras and your kundalini energy is rising and you are awakening, and we talked about there is more energy coming into your body, so you're expanding, right? Please understand the earth is also expanding too. Now, I happen to think more expanding is you know, I feel like it's expanding outwardly, right? Totally different video. But everything that you're going through, you cannot think that every ounce or every layer within this trickle down factor is not experiencing the same thing. Everything's experiencing the same thing, right? So that means if you're evolving, the earth, Mother Gaia, is also evolving. So you can think about it this way, guys. You can think about it as each cell in your body or each raindrop being an entity of its own, but still has a big collective in the ocean, right? So if you think of literally a raindrop as living out its life, aka you, right? And then being a part of all of the oceans around the world. Do you understand like how big this shit is? Although you were a drop, you were still living out your own experiences, your own feelings, your own trauma, your own mistakes, your own love. You're still, yeah, right? Exactly, right? It's a ripple effect, right? Now, if you have multiple raindrops hitting at the same time, don't you think that's going to change the wave and change the movement of things? It is. Thank you. Thank you. Don't you think that's going to change it? You know, that's going to change things. See, y'all need to understand, and I'm hoping, like, you know, because sometimes I be in my head and things make sense in my head. And then when I come out, I don't know if I'm articulating it properly, right? But bear with me here for a second. As above, so below, as the macro, so the micro, right? What in there's studies on this that a snowflake can take on the energy of spoken words of good and create beautiful formation. And if you speak lower vibrational words to it, it's going to produce something that's dysfunctioned or looks, tacky, and has no geometric shape, or the geometric shape is disformed or disfigured. Okay, and that's a snowflake. That's the drop of water that I'm talking about. So even a drop of water in a snowflake has its own signature identification based on radio wave sound that you speak to it, right? So if you can speak to a fucking snowflake and change it to a beautiful geometric form, right? Right? Is a snowflake a human being? No, it's not. But it's a living, breathing entity, right? And within its living, breathing entity, right, it is also part of the mind. It just is. It just is. And it can also take form and shape based on what's projected outwardly or inwardly. So you guys, like I know, like I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, and this is a long energy vibration. But I want you guys to understand the universe is mental, right? Now let me drop you with this, right? If each snowflake or each cell has its own life, its own creative force within it, right? Its own creative force within it. Now think about this, right? This is why your body is able, yes, Sam, you're right. This is exactly why your body is able to heal itself. This is why your body is able to tell you, okay, Sam, you need more water. Okay, Sam, you may need a little bit more calcium. You know, your body literally tells you what it needs. Your body literally regenerates itself every seven months. Every year you have a new complete body of cells, right? The difference is what you've been doing. So if you keep doing the same thing to your body, of course when your cells reproduce, you're still gonna have the same toxins in it, right? But if you understand, right, that your cells are reproducing every 7 months, and if you understand that the body knows what it has to do to heal itself, right? If you understand that, right? If you understand that, and not only does the body knows what it needs to heal itself, the body heals itself best in that silent place. Where's that silent place that we've been talking about? Mentally, meditation. Y'all can look this shit up. There's now doctors and scientists that's using this shit all over the world. I don't even gotta go look that shit up. I'm just telling y'all what I go look up how big holistic healing is coming. Go look up how big Reiki energy healing is coming. Go look all of that stuff up. We are switching over to a world where you have to become aligned with your spiritual walk. And the first step is to understanding that everything is mental. So if everything is mental, that means your guides, your angels, your ancestors, everything is within you. Nothing is without you. Nothing is without you. As above, so below. Okay? Yeah. I'm telling you, Jay, like, I feel like I'm aging backwards. I'm 40, how old am I? If I'm not 44, I think I'm about to be 44 this year. Okay? I'm about to be 44 this year, and I feel like I feel like I'm like fine wine. I'm getting older, but I feel like I'm embracing it all. I feel young. Thank you, Carol. Parents, Carol. you know, I feel, and let me just tell you guys this, right? What I've noticed too, Carol, there are people or women that are younger than me, right, that look way older than me because they don't practice self-care and self-love. Do y'all know how much self-care and self-love can give you a more youthful spirit, a more youthful, vibrant face? Okay? Middle C said 40 what? 40 who? Yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah. I have teenage sons now. You know? Yes. Jay, I'm telling you, that's a Scorpio thing, Jay? Oh, no. Oh, my. Sam said, okay. All right. Sam is talking to someone about herbs. I just wanted to really share that thought with you guys today because I'm doing a lot of mental work right now and back in manifestation mode. And I'm coming back to the basics where because there's so much going on around right now, and because they're trying to desensitize a lot of the things that they're bringing forward, especially like I said, when it comes to the end of the summer, just be prepared. Be prepared for them to crank it on high. Okay, I want to say do your research, but most importantly, you want to look internally. Okay. Hey Afro, how are you? Loving yourself is going to be key in this season. Self-love is going to be key. Oh, really? You're allergic to mushrooms? Okay, I love mushrooms. Mushrooms have become my new meat, y'all. You know, that is my new go-to meat. Yeah, yeah. It is really. Oh, Kimberly, that's not good. That is not good. Yeah, and if I can say like I am also I want to do an ayahuasca uh I want to do an ayahuasca um session. I be already thinking like I be thinking to myself already, shit, the stuff that I already be seeing, that that would be so cool. I would love to do an ayahuasca channel type. Um, I don't know, y'all. I really, today I felt a lot of anxiousness in the energy today. A lot of anxiousness in the air today. Yeah. You too, Jasmine. I felt a lot of anxiousness in the air today. A lot of anxiousness in the energy today. I know like a lot of emotional stuff in the energy today, right? Uh, and I really want you guys to know the way to combat that is you're going to have to meditate, right? Like I can't say that enough. For some of you, maybe you think meditation means that you have to be still all the time. No, put on some uplifting music. Okay, yep. The last of energy phase one. Okay, so put on some and I think I gave out the chakra tones already. I'll do that again the next time I come on, where you guys can actually tune your chakras. Okay, the way that they're gonna come in and attack you is it's going to be fear. All right, whenever you are operating on fear, okay, that lowers your immune system, and you do not get a chance to properly rebuild your immune system. All right. Now, let me just talk about this for 1 second because I feel like this is important. Another thing that you have to understand in your spiritual walk also is you need to, binary, binary beats. Um, Another thing that you guys have to actually embrace is the concept of what we would consider to be death. Okay, the one thing that's promised to you in this third dimensional realm or on earth is change. Okay, so change and death. Okay, so that's, things are going to change daily, and you promise that you're going to die. That's the one thing that's promised. Okay, so as you're taking your metaphysical walk, as you're taking your ascension walk, as you're becoming awoke, whatever you want to label it, whatever you want to call it, like, it doesn't really matter, right? You need to understand the concept of death. Okay, energy does not die. Okay, we just talked about this is your car. The body is your car. Okay, so energy does not die. Okay, energy just transforms. All right, now, based on where you are in your soul's work or your soul's evolution, is whether or not you're going to come back and create a cycle or a circle, aka a zodiac wheel, so you can become disciplined, so you can learn how to master all 12 of the archetypes. Okay, you need to understand that, right? You also need to be aware that in this plane there are different energies and entities that dominate and rule this reality and this existence. However, we do know that things are changing. We do know that things are changing. All right, before the full change can come in, it's going to take a while. Let's be real about this, right? Before you are able to see a full change, it takes a while. It's called the process. So a lot of people want to jump from here to there without the process, right? There got to be a process. There got to be a process to things, right? So you die to self every day if you are not careful, right? Or if you're not aware. You die to self every day if you're not aware, okay? So you're either dying to your true self and you are embracing someone else's opinions or perceptions or beliefs about who you are, right? Or you're dying to your old self because you're dealing with your trauma, you're dealing with your past pain, you're dealing with your past, loss, your past insecurities, okay? Death is not always a physical thing. But even when you die physically, that does not mean that you die and you are not existing. You are eternal. So you die and you change forms, right? A soul can decide that it wants to change form and come back and evolve as a fucking tree. Real talk. Why you think you can hear the tree speaking? Why do you think you can hear the tree speaking? Why do you think you can hear air? Okay, or a cow, exactly. You can choose to come back, right? And this is why I tell people all the time, you can't really get caught up. Hey, Evelyn, how are you? You can't really get caught up, so much in race. You need to pay attention to DNA. I do believe in DNA. I don't believe in race or skin color so much because, stuff has been watered down, and once again, racism is something that was taught, okay? You guys can go look up the Willie Lynch letter. Slavery was written in. This was something that was taught, okay? You can go look this shit up, right? So it's a DNA thing, however. So you need to be mindful of that. This is a DNA thing, not so much to do with skin color. It's a DNA thing, okay? Now, you can be the most racist motherfucker. The most racist motherfucker, okay? The most racist motherfucker. You cannot stand white people. You can't stand black people, whatever. And then because you're a black man that couldn't stand white people, you manifest into your next lifetime as a white man. Because you were a white man that couldn't stand a black woman or black men, you can manifest, into the next lifetime as a black woman. Okay? So please understand, this is what I'm saying. When you are aware of how energy works, and energy does not have a fucking face or a color. That's not how it operates, okay? Now, there is cause and effect. Exactly. Yes, Carol. Cause and effect is what you would call karma, or bad habits or bad thinking or an unevolved soul that needs to learn that lesson, right? So if you're unevolved so a lot of these people that are racist to the core, please know your racist ass can circle back in this next lifetime as the same person or creed or color that you dislike. Please understand that. Reincarnation is about getting your soul to evolve, okay? So if you're caught up in skin color, I wanted to put that out there for you, okay? That's how the energy works, okay? Please understand that. So everything dies. Yes, Carol, everything dies, all right? There is a unified oneness. Now, there is DNA, because your DNA has, or what they would consider to be your junk DNA, okay, is where all of your ancient memory, where all of your archaic memory, where all of the light code information for your superhero power to come online, okay? Now, there are already some of you that are already starting to access this information because your DNA is waking up and it is becoming active. Have I heard of the man that's running across country, 1 billion, 1 billion in a month in his business, and now the universe ain't playing right now. Lost 1 billion. Oh, you for real? Come on now. No, it's not. It's not playing. And let me just say something right now. This is exactly why a lot of the things that was being done in insidiousness and in the dark is coming to light. Right? My mama used to say all the time, well, I don't have to worry about anything. What you do in the dark is going to come to light. Now, mind you, now she was talking about pregnancy because, If you having sex, you're like, I don't gotta worry about it, because what you do in the dark will come to light. If you come home with a big belly, then I know you was fucking, you know. So but she always would tell us growing up, she does not have to worry about anything, because what you do in the dark eventually becomes to light. So she don't have to go chasing you down for no information. Time is going to tell. Okay. So we're having and this is why I told people, I'm not even on the be humble energy right now. This is not a time for humility, because really, humbleness at this point, even the fucking narcissist can be humble. You understand what I'm saying? The narcissist could get on stage and pretend that, you know, they're so humbled by all of this. Oh my gosh, you know? You understand what I'm saying? The narcissist could do that. So it's not about being humble right now. Right now, it's about operating with integrity and being noble and being honorable. What are you going to do when nobody's looking? How you going to operate when nobody's looking? Are you going to be kind? Hey, Chris, you understand? Or you going to be kind and still stand your ground, you know? So how you going to function? Is this just for some shine, right? Let me tell y'all something, okay? I've been doing this professionally. It's going to be a year in August that I took on doing this professionally, okay? And people don't understand, when you are dealing with energy, sometimes you cannot, sometimes, and I really thank God for Kelly and Kim for this, because I literally, coming from corporate America, I needed to have a fucking schedule of everything and I'm a fixed sign. So, oh, thank you, Carol. Hey, Lynette. Thank you, Carol. I'm a fixed sign. So I literally had to have a map out of how my day was going to go. Okay. I literally had to do that. Right. So after, you know, now doing this for a year, my day literally could consist about, like, today I got up and I literally could feel the anxious energy in me. I didn't want to hear. I turned on YouTube so I could do some studying, but I couldn't. I tried to open a book to read. I couldn't do that. You know, I think I spoke to Kelly for a little while. I spoke to Danielle. I couldn't even do that for too long. Like, hey, like within darkness, I couldn't do that for too long, right? Because what I'm noticing, as you begin to get to a place where you feel balanced, or where you're gaining balance, right? There are days when you just have to sit or walk around in silence. There are days when you can't speak to anyone. It's not that you're trying to be a bitch. It's not that I don't, you know, and because this is what I do, and I have clients, there are days when I have to shut it down. Okay, I have to shut it down. I will tap in, and then I was just talking to some of the girls about that. I think in the private chat, where I talked about a digestion period. A lot of people don't understand. You got to sit back and you got to digest. How are you digesting? How are you getting back to a place where you feel balanced, right? Right? You're doing that by going into meditation. I really, listen, I don't care what type of meditation you're doing. Chris said, you know the vibe. I don't care what type of meditation you're doing, y'all. Y'all need to get up on some meditation. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, like, seriously. Okay, this is not just about, that's what a lot of people don't understand with me. Yep, it seems attitude, but yep, it's just me needed to sit back, tune in. Yep. Yeah. And some people see it as you being you know, standoffish, or okay, so this is what you guys may not even know, may not even realize about me. I'm very introverted. Okay, I come on here and I'm very introverted, right? Yep, hermit mode, Carol. I'm very introverted. So, and just so you know, going live is on my schedule. Like, I have to put it on the schedule, you know? And sometimes when it pops up for me to go live, I am not there. I'm not there. I would much rather stay in my head, read my book, figure out sacred geometry and gematria. That's what, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I would much rather do that. Like, I love y'all, but I'm being real. I would much rather like to sit and understand and process it all. Okay? I'm being real, right? However, I also understand that this is what I'm here to do, right? This is what I'm here to do. This is the appointment that we made at this time. Okay? Scorpio energy is yeah. Scorpios in the house, see? And that's what people don't understand. Scorpios require their me time. Scorpios require their silent time. Scorpios requires being by themselves. If let me and you got that moon. Okay, so middle C and J will relate to this. If I don't get my me time, or if I don't have quiet time, I become nasty. I become very irritable. I become very snappy. It is not a you know, and I am, you know, I'm being honest. That is a requirement for me. I need quiet time. Okay? I need quiet time. That's a retirement for me. Because that is how I replenish. I'm constantly giving energy to people. So for me to be able to replenish, I need that quiet time. That means don't come ask me no questions. You know, yeah. Yeah. If I say I'm hitting the deck, okay. Yeah, if I say I'm hitting the deck, that's me in a joint in quiet time. Don't come ask me no questions when I'm on the deck. You know? Don't do that. Don't do that. Understand meditation is going to be key right now. Cal said I call it charging my battery. Yep, getting the juice back in the battery. My code is I'm feeling somehow, aka leave me alone. Oh no, yeah, I have codes. It's very, very coded. Everything is, y'all. I just want to say, like, my mind is just blown right now with the upgrade and the understanding and the awareness that's coming in. Um, it's not a lot that I don't have something to say. Like, I feel like I'm a talker. I always have something to say. And if I have to be really honest with you guys, for the past week and a half, I want to say maybe not this full moon, but from the last new moon with all of the activations and stuff, I have been finding it, I don't want to say difficult because it's not difficult. I've been finding it interesting that I don't really have, I gotta sit and think about and ask, like, what do you want me to come on and talk about? What am I coming on and talking about? I feel, Jay said my youngest daughter called me about the cat was missing. She thought it was going upstairs. She went out to a friend. Cat saw, oh yeah, cats are about energy. Whose cat is back? Is this Kimberly's cat or is this Jasmine and Ashley? Jasmine and Ashley's cat. I tell my mom, don't step over that line. I split the house in half, literally. Oh, see? Ooh, Carol. Carol, go look at that. Carol has set her environment. All right, Carol. You have too much to say. I don't know, Middle C, I don't know. It's so much going on in the house. There's so much going on in the house, and when I say the house, I'm talking about here. Like I had a flush of information that came through and a download that came through after the last meditation, and I swear to you that after it came through, I'm like, well, fuck. If that's it, well then, okay, so I'm back to everything being bullshit again. I thought I got over that. Now you giving me that. Well, what the fuck? Like, now everything, you know, like, it's fucking bullshit. You know? So when you know, and as a Scorpio, you know, if I feel like I've processed something, if I feel like I've dug to the depths of this and I've gotten like a fucking, you know, exactly, Middle C, exactly. If I feel like I've gotten a grasp of it, you know, like I finally got my bearing in this. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a prerequisite. But by the way, that prerequisite was bullshit. Let's just throw all of that out. Yeah, just throw all of that out. All of that out. Yeah. No. Yeah, but you are going to need to understand that so you can get the real shit, though. You understand what I'm saying? So don't think it's wasted. You need to understand that to get the real shit, but just know that shit is bullshit. It don't work no more. That's not relevant no more. So that's kind of like what I'm going through right now, y'all. Things that I have studied for years. I just got downloads and upgrade, like, okay, that was just to build your vocabulary and your knowledge for the real shit over here. But yeah, you can toss that out. We don't even need that no more. That, yeah, just go on, you know. And so I haven't been quite able to articulate and put everything into words. but it's a lot of shit coming in, a lot of shit coming in. um, and I'm really trying to understand it all. I'm trying to or at least put a this is the one thing that I can say, guys. All right, a few things that's been coming in. One, we need to stop operating with all 12 of our chakras because they don't teach us that. So all 12 of the chakra systems, you need to become aware of that. And I am currently working on that. I am currently working on putting that together along with the planetary alignment in which they correlate with, okay? Because each one of these 12 chakra system is ruled by a particular energy or a particular archetype, okay? Now, um, you will be able to find this in the tree of life, but what they don't teach us in the tree of life is the last two chakras, okay, or the last two forms of life, okay, which is also linked to everything has symbols, okay. So they're just kind of putting everything together with the tree of life and what was missing from the tree of life and how it correlates with the zodiac and how it correlates with the planet and how that correlates with numbers and how this language that you learned is bullshit. Now you have to relearn this language. Like you understand? Have me going through heat. Yeah. Um, was that question for me, Middle C? Because I kind of feel if that question's for me, yes, that is exactly what it is. It is literally showing me that it literally what they're showing me that's all it is, right? That's all it is. So you can't get caught up in Black Lives Matter because that's just an energetic pattern, right? And there's an agenda behind that, right? Or like understand. So when you come into the understanding that this is not a race thing and it's not a color thing, right? When you come into that understanding that this is really okay, how can I put this? When you start to come into certain understanding and certain knowledge, it makes you kind of feel like uh, you become desensitized to some of the things that they put in front of you, right? Yeah, and you become desensitized to some of the things that they put in front of you that used to draw your energy and take your attention away that way instead of staying focused on this way, right? Because the truth is of the matter, right? Everything that's going on now is because of suppression, right? And if you understand that, yeah, you're welcome, Jay. If you understand, and the major agenda is really to shut down and lock down your chakra systems through fear. Okay, I told you guys the last time I was live, everything is done using your chakra system. You can pay attention to the movies. Pay attention to the movies. This is exactly, I told you guys, when you see the main character in a particular scene. Oh, have you guys ever noticed main characters wear a lot of fucking red? Have you not? Pay attention to the characters, okay? Pay attention to the characters. Each scene or each message that they're trying to get across, the character is going to have on the color representing the power in which they want to initiate things. Now, this may be not even conscious to some people, this may be not even conscious to some people. To some people, that is their job, and especially the more money that they have invested into a particular movies or a particular series that is given a message. You have to understand everything is worked down to the finest minute, and they're using astrological magic. They are using sometimes candle. Let's just put it this way: the whole fucking shit that we dwell in, that we live in, is a fucking big magic show. Yeah, there, I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. You live in magic every day. Every day you live in magic. Every day there is a spell being cast that you are either agreeing to or you're casting spells, okay? Every day. Every day. Every day. That's if you do not understand. Yes, Carol. If you do not understand that this, the mind, creates it all, you will get caught up in someone else's magical place, someone else's word space, someone else's spelling. This is why you can get caught up in court. This is why in court a written agreement is binding. That is a fucking spell. You get caught up in the spell, okay? Now, I also explained to you guys at the end, and I've been, I've said this a few times on my channel, even before I started to study geometria, which is, I keep telling you guys that the English language is also the most dumbed down dialect there is. And it's dumbed down, and it is meant to trap you. It is meant to take away the light code information. The light code information is locked up in the Hebrew characters. And then let me just fucking say something. Let me just say something. I did not realize and understand until I started to study this that is what the fuck I've been seeing when I sun gaze. It's fucking Hebrew characters. And these Hebrew characters are represented, or what they deem to be Hebrew. Let me just tell you something. And first of all, the fucking Hebrew characters are in ancient Kemet. Okay, let's just talk about that. These, what they consider to be Hebrew characters, are not fucking Hebrew characters. These are characters that was meant for everybody to know and to have access to if you were practicing this stuff. Okay, just so you know, this was high science. Okay, this was there's no fucking Hebrew. These are words and letters from the hieroglyphs. Understand that. Okay, these are translations from the hieroglyphs. All of the Hebrew characters are locked up with sound and light codes. Okay, yes, Angela, yes. Okay, so even when you say these letters, do y'all not even know that the Hebrew letters have a resonance and a vibration? Why do you think Jewish people consider themselves to be the most high and higher than everyone else? They have taken all of the ancient stuff and make it in for a group of people, and that is not how it was meant to be. This information was meant for anyone that was a truth seeker. Okay, now it's not made for the masses. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's not made for the masses. It's not. Okay, and if you guys don't believe that, I do not ask you to take my opinion. I ask you to go research and vet things out on your own. Research this stuff. Research all of this stuff. Research it. Okay, and then when you're done researching, go in and talk to your spirit to get confirmation. All right, that which you do not know, you fear. That which you do not understand, you fear. That which you do not embrace, right, you are ignorant to. Right? A lot of us are walking around not embracing ourselves and not embracing our sovereignty because we're ignorant to a lot of things. Right? And to be really honest with you, and I'm going to say this, right? We built pyramids, we've built cities, we've had kings, we've had queens, we've had all of that, right? But where are we now? What are we doing now? What has the kings and the queens and all of that, what have they done for us? What have they done for us? Right? You still have a world full of poverty. You still have a world full of people that are sick and that need help to heal. And I'm not even like let's not even talk about, I'm not even talking about a physical ailment. All right, I'm not even talking about a physical ailment. I'm talking about an emotional and a mental and a spiritual ailment, because when you heal that part of yourself, all the other, I'm telling you, your body can regenerate itself. Okay, have you guys ever heard of the placebo effect? This shit is real, right? Everything that there is a major agenda here, and the major agenda is to lock your chakras down, and they can lock your chakras down using fear. Okay, what are you afraid of most? Not having enough money? So guess what? We're gonna tell you everybody about to lose their jobs. We're not giving nobody no money, right? But if you operate in your spiritual sovereignty and you get quiet and you meditate, guess what? Money shows up when you need it. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that. Because I walk that walk. Okay? I promise you that. You ain't never gonna be in lack. Okay. Oh, you don't need money? Oh, you need a ride because your car not working? But they got you scared because you might lose your car and you're afraid of not. Oh, guess what? Oh my gosh, somebody donated a brand new car and they have to pay for it. What? Do you know that's the type of shit that you can get when you go in here? Do you know that's the type of shit that can happen when you meditate? Do you know that? Do you know you can literally yield shit to come to you through meditation? This is why you have people in the entertainment industry that are not so talented that gets contracts and stuff. It's not that they the best rapper or the best singer there is. Some of them you got to put on galore auto tunes on their ass because they can't sing, right? But they sat in their stillness and they just knew, honey, that they were stars. You couldn't tell them they wasn't no star. You could not tell these mofos they were not no superstar. You could not tell these mofos they can't sing. All they were on the vibration on is that they are going to be rich and famous, honey, and have a banging jam. And guess what? The universe gotta fucking grant that. The universe don't care if you good, you bad, or you indifferent. It doesn't operate like that. It rains on the just and the unjust alike, okay? But what it does care about is what frequency are you rocking on, because I'm going to deliver to you based on the frequency which you resonate on. Oh, oh, you resonate on, you don't never have enough. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, how you like that? Now you're not going to have enough over there. Yeah, I'm going to give you some more not having enough. Oh, oh, you love being in abundance? Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle, there you go. There you go. Oh, girl, money just hit my bank. Come on now. The universe, yep, the placebo is real. The universe is going to grant to you whatever you feel you have given yourself permission to receive. That's it. And it operates like that with money, with friendship, with love, okay, with family, all right, with, yeah, everything, everything. What you need to also understand too is this is not something you can force down another person's throat. You can't force this down someone else's throat. So not because you live in a universe of abundance means someone else is vibrating on that frequency or they even tuned into that radio station. If you over here jamming in abundance on 105.6 and they over here jamming and I'm not enough on 107.5, how they can't hear your song. They can't hear your song. They can hear their song clearly, but they can't hear your song. So how you want them to bounce and jump to your song when they're not even tuning into the right radio station, right? They may not even like that music. That may not even vibrate with their spirit because they over here and they like, yep, they like not enough, not worthy, right? Do you know some people get off on being the victim? But let me tell you the funny thing. This is the funny thing. See, this is why it's not good to judge. Maybe the reason that they came back into this lifetime was to learn how to be the victim. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe they're cause and effect from past lifetime where they shit on the motherfuckers, right? Have you ever thought about that? This is why I'm saying everybody's not going to get this. Everybody's not going to elevate. Everybody has their own level of awareness, own level of healing, their own level of expression. This is why you got to live and let live. I just explained to y'all, the person that hates a black person can come back as a black man or black woman. The person that hates a woman can come back, if he's a man, can come back as a woman. This is how this works. Because they got to come back and work out their karmic debt. They got to come back and work out their bad habit. They got to come back and work that out. So if that's the case, if you spent a lifetime taking advantage of people, right? Creating victims because you lied, because you cheated, because you gaslight, right? And then you created all this karmic debt that you didn't get to work out in this lifetime. What the fuck you think is going to happen when you come back over here, right? Now, how do you, the individual, how do you get past that, right? Because what you can do is change your birth chart. You can, so you can evolve and you can mature, right? You can do that, right? But you can't do that if you are not grown up enough. So how do you remedy that? If you come back in this lifetime and you are here to pay back all of the victim shit that you've done, right? And you come back. So this is how you would remedy that. First of all, you would have to start understanding the deeper level of shit, okay? You would have to start understanding that this is a part of you that needs to be healed. You got to start there. You really got to start there, right? And then you will want to start giving back. Yeah, you want to start giving back, okay? Kimoi, do you know if you, I don't know if you know about this, but that's why, but what is your Mercury in? I gotta look. And I just looked at my chart today, but if I take you off, it's gonna kill the live. I promise you. I had to look. But I do know my moon is in Mercury, so my moon is Gemini, but I don't remember. I think my Mercury's in Scorpio. I think my Mercury's in Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. I think my Mercury's in Scorpio. Hey Liz, how you doing? So understand that the way for you to remedy that in this lifetime, yeah, I think it's Scorpio. For you to get rid of that karmic debt of being not being the victim, is you would have to give an act of service. You would have to give. You would have to help people. Hey Kim, you would have to give. You would have to help people. Okay, that is how you would get out of that karmic loop, right? Because as you give and you help people, you become empowered, right? You're no longer the victim. You become empowered. Okay, so understand that. So I'm telling you right now, energy doesn't die, it just transforms. So is that why it came back, Miss Kamoy? Well, the question is this, Chris, because you were a shaman in past lifetimes, right? And we've talked about this before. It's interesting. I want to say this because what I kind of feel like, even in this lifetime, what are you running from? That's really the question, Chris, because you have not fully stepped into the gifting yet. So what are you running from? Because you were a shaman and it kind of feels like that has been your journey, Chris. It's like shaman or medicine man type energy, right? So the question is, why are you not embracing that in this lifetime? Why are you not embracing that in this lifetime? That would be the question, Chris. Okay. And I gotta say this, like anybody right now, where we're going just collectively, if you are being called to do something, if you're being called to operate in a certain place as far as career is concerned, if you're being called to relocate to a certain city is concerned, this is not the time to second doubt that. This is a time for you to be able to take a leap of FATE type faith. Okay, yeah. Carol, you know what's interesting, Carol? I did my own past. I did a past regression on myself. And it's so interesting what I found. I was literally killed in the past lifetime. Yeah. I was killed in the past lifetime. And I remember when I went back, I remember thinking to myself, asking myself the question, well, like, why am I in here? Why am I in here? Like I literally found I was in this dark, like what appeared to be like a cave or a dungeon. And the reason was because I utilized my power. It seemed like I had some type of like maybe back then they would call it witch powers, but I used some type of power to heal someone that I loved. And that was, I broke the covenant, I broke the oath, I brought somebody back, and I should not have done that. So like I kind of like broke the circle of life. So they had to, that was very, very interesting. See, Cal, that's how it looked. Yep. It felt very dark. It felt very cold. Yep, it felt very dark and very cold. Oh my, Carol, I was like that too, Carol. Yep, I was like that too. And I remember going in and thinking, oh my God, when I saw myself, Kim, I remember thinking, oh my God, what did I do? Like, why the fuck what did I do? And that's what I did. They explained it to me. I was persecuted. I was in love with somebody and the person got hurt and I used my powers to heal them. And I broke the oath. I broke the covenant. Yep. And I got killed. Which is probably one of the reasons why I'm afraid to, or was afraid to use a lot of that, like magic and stuff, let me see. Liz, it's okay. Remember, Liz, Liz, you came in at the end of the conversation. We talked about this, Liz. Energy does not die. It just transforms, okay? and your soul is always on a journey of evolution. That is why you don't want to label anything good or anything bad. You want to stay balanced in the middle, okay? If you come into a lifetime and you have anything and you deem, you know, everything is good over here, everything is good, everything is good, and you don't have enough experience of over here, it has to be a balance, okay? Your goal is not to label. When you label, you are now choosing a side. You are to stay, you know, what they talk about, the middle path, right? So the middle path does not see good or bad. And let me tell you how that works, okay? So, for example, say, for example, you just turn on the news and you just saw that your neighbor shot a man, you know, and the news report is saying, you know, he just shot a man in cold blood, and that, you know, let's just say just shot a man in cold blood, you know, and oh my God, that's fucked up. Why would he shot the man in cold blood? And this is how you know, that was a news report, okay? Then later on, you get the news report that the man shot a man in cold blood because the man broke into his house and tried to kill his wife. Now, the man is not a cold-blooded murderer anymore. He's now a hero because somebody broke into his house and tried to kill his wife. So you have to understand, right? Good, bad is based on a person's perception and on their experience and sometimes on their environment, okay? This is why you don't want to judge a thing good, bad. This is why you want to remain neutral in a thing, okay? Now, yes, when you label something, you limit it, especially when you're using the English dialect, okay? I'm telling you, I get up on that geometry. Everything comes back from the Hebrew. And I just told you guys, when I started researching this, I didn't know that. And I kept, the Hebrew, and I'm going to say this again, the Hebrew dialect, or what they consider to be Hebrew, is not officially Hebrew. This is ancient symbols. The ancient symbols that are activating your DNA, number one, and activating portals and realms within you, okay? Understand that, okay? And we've been talking about that. Hey, G. Henry, we talked about that, I think we talked about that in a couple of videos when I told you guys that I be seeing symbols when I sun gaze, right? I'm telling you, that information just came in after the last meditation. I'm like, oh my, literally 2 days ago. Yes, G. Henry, you're right. 2 days ago. I just came across that information 2 days ago. Okay, I'm like, what the, I see this symbol. I see this symbol when I sun gaze. And then the gentleman started to explain exactly what the symbols meant, what they represented. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is so deep. See, okay, so you know what I'm talking about, that it is so deep. What is this? There's a saying that says, in my father's house, or in my father's mansion, there's many doors, or something like that, right? We're talking about, and then let me just tell y'all something too. You know, they talk about the 12, you know, I talk about the 7 chakras, but I told you guys there are really 12 major chakras. They just don't speak about the other chakras. But we're going to get into that one day, okay? Don't talk about that, okay? Let me just put y'all up to some game also, okay? When we deal with even like the keys of Solomon and the kings of Solomon, or anything with 72, the 72 name of God, the 72 names of demons, okay? Whenever we deal with 72, right? You guys have to understand that there's 72, listen to me here, there's 72 mini chakras in the fucking pineal gland area, okay? Understand that. So when we're talking about the 72 names of God, or the 72 demons, or the 72 rings of Solomon, or you know, please understand that everything that you get numerically in the Bible or in mythology is referencing to a portion within your body, the star system in your body, the archetypes are in your psyche, in your mind, okay? So when you start hearing any sequence that's representing and showing itself multifacetedly along the line, the 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines, the 12 tribes of Judah, that's the 12 zodiacs, the 7 churches, the 7 wonders, that's the 7 chakras, okay? So just be mindful, all right? So when you hear 72, that is referring to the 72 chakras, like him, that is referring to the 72 chakras, okay, within your pineal gland. Now, your pineal gland is a crystal. It is literally a crystal, okay? Now, you got to be mindful of this also, all right? everything in the whole agenda, and you know, if you don't know this information and you don't know this stuff, there's nothing you can do about it, right? There is no wisdom to apply, right? There is no understanding in which you can use, right? That inner knowing is also dumbed down, right? How do you get to a place where you start to understand all of this stuff? Meditation. Meditation. One of the seven sisters. There's seven. Seven. I think there. Somebody said nine. Like nine. The circle of nine. There's a circle of nine, but I do know Yeah, there's the seven elders, and just let me tell you also the seven elders. They came through. The seven elders came through, and that's all feminine energy. I did not get any male energy from the seven elders. They were all very old, ancient, feminine energy. Okay, old, ancient, feminine energy. Now, another thing that you guys need to understand too, and then I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been on here 20. Thank you guys, 23 people, 23 thumbs up. Is there anything that you guys want to know that you want me to circle back and talk about? What are you guys interested in knowing? I got so much information, and I'm telling y'all, give me something to talk about, because right now I am literally in my own mind unpacking everything that has come through within the past 2.5 weeks, and it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit. You know, it's a lot of shit. That's why I don't do the breakdown of the numbers anymore, because that is not the new. Okay, so sacred geometry. Okay, all right. So I am going to share what they've been telling me about sacred geometry the next show, and I'm also going to let me just say this. Let me just say this, Carol. Okay. Now, I think I said this in a few lives back. You guys really need to pull out your fucking polygons from school. Your triangle, your square, your hexagons. You need to become familiar visually how that looks, and what a hexagon and what's, octagon, what those things are, right? What they started to show me, Carol, was there is portals of hexagons and octagons all over, right? And what opens these portals are light and sound vibration. Okay. Okay, see, Carol. Now, Carol, do you start to see in this hexagon, do you start to see, because now what I'm seeing, they showed me them, and then as they showed me them, they started to show like either the tree of lives, or like literally creating different sacred geometry within the hexagons or the octagons. You were literally creating your own sound, your own vibration, right, within these sacred geometrical symbols. Like it's y'all on. And the way that you're feeling these, the way that they're being filled is with sound and vibration. That's how they're being filled. So I say this to you guys: if you speak in any language outside of English, you may want to start using that as you're working on magic. If you know how to speak in tongues, or if you know any ancient dialect, that is something you want to tap into. Yeah, meditation, Carol, meditation. And you don't have to do it all day. You can do it 5 minutes a day. Yep. Yes, you are right. G. Henry, you are right. There are times when I put on Native American flute, and then I just start going where the energy takes me. And by the time I just move my body wherever they want to take me, I just move my body, Yeah. Sometimes when I'm doing Kundalini energy work, I also get a lot of yoga position and a lot of yoga stance that comes out freely. Okay. Yeah. Carol said, and that could be your meditation, dancing. All right. So I really want you guys to understand this. Meditation is all about you stilling the mind. And if you are able to use dancing as a way to still your mind, then that's what you do. Okay? That's what you do. All right? So you have to, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome, Middle C. You are welcome. Yeah, I was told, Middle C, that if I didn't do what I was called to do, I wasn't going to be happy. I'll never forget, I was sitting on that number 6 train at Brooklyn Bridge in New York. Okay. And Spirit said to me, you know, because I was thinking about quitting one job and going to a next. And Spirit said, you know, you can leave this company and go to another company and go to another company and go to another company. But if you don't do what you're called to do, you're never going to be happy. Okay. Our bodies are form. Yes. Yes, they are. Okay. Yes, they are. And I will say this also, G Henry, let me just say this also. Not only are they the shapes that match the DNA, right, but each one of those shapes, or each one of those strands, is literally a portal, or a star system within itself. And this is what they don't want us to know. This is what they don't want us to know. If we can get all of our DNA on vibration and active and moving the way it's supposed to, all of the shit that you see in the movie, all of the shit that you see in the movie, flying off buildings and shit, walking through walls and shit, what you think is going to happen? That's why they call it junk DNA. It's not junk DNA. It's not junk DNA. It's not junk. And I'm gonna tell you something. So this is my theory, okay? Like, go now. This is a theory, okay? The agenda is we're just where we're positioned in the energy, in the alignment, in the cosmos, in astrology. You guys, all you guys know that shit is changing, okay? So if all of that is changing, that means that our body's also changing. Our body's also going to be affected by the radiation and the light code information that comes in. As the light code information comes in, it activates the DNA within us. All right. So our DNA has been locked down, or has been trying to be locked down in many different ways, either through the food, through the music, through reality TV, right? Through fear mongering. Okay. Not only that, you also have chemtrails. You also have all types of shit. The grids. I told you they be doing sacred geometrical symbols blocking the grid. Okay. I also told you guys that the star Betelgeuse exploded. And that is an ancient star. Yeah, that is an ancient star, G. Henry. This is an ancient star that exploded into stardust. So, y'all know when you drop the vacuum cleaner or you drop a dust or something, the dust scatters and it goes outwardly and it reflects, right? Do you know, once that star exploded, do you understand how much light code information that we should be receiving from that star? Now, right around that time is when they quarantine people. Right around when that star exploded is when we were quarantined and we were told not to go outside. Okay? And this is why I kept saying, if you have a backyard, you need to go out and stand in the sun. You need to go out and you need to receive it. That was being able to unlock codes within your DNA. Okay? Now, I saw this in meditation. I saw the DNA strands in meditation, and I even saw the Fibonacci spiral, and they were codes. They were ones and zeros. They were ones and zeros. Okay, everything is coded. Everything is made up of ones and zeros, numbers. Everything is numbers. Everything is a numerical number. Okay, and it's down to single digits. Okay, so the universe speaks in single numerical digits. Okay, everything needs to be reduced down to a single numerical digit. And if you don't understand the codes of the universe, if you don't understand, then it's kind of like having that car parked in front of your driveway and not knowing how to use it. You don't know how to use it. And how do you learn how to do that? Meditation. I'm telling you, listen, y'all. The simplest way for you to get all of this is to meditate. Truth is not going to lie to itself. Truth is going to validate itself, and truth is not going to go against itself. I'm telling y'all that right now. Truth is a resonance. It's a vibration. Okay? So especially when you're on this spiritual walk, if something is true to you, it's going to resonate. It's going to vibrate with your spirit. It's going to be like, that makes sense because such and such and such and such. But if it doesn't make sense to you, you're not going to be able to resonate and vibrate with it. Okay? Now, the one thing I keep saying to you guys is, as you're expanding, remember precept upon precept. I only meditate once, and I heard Gaia. Yeah, Gaia speaks all the time. Gaia speaks all the time. Now, I don't know if you hear this, Carol. You can hear the sound of the universe. Also, you know, you can hear the ringing or the humming. You can hear the lower vibrational, or what? Not even lower vibrational, maybe like a high pitched frequency in your ear. You can hear the sound of the universe, just like you can hear these birds. Just like you can hear these birds, you can hear the universe. The birds speak. The trees speak. You understand what I'm saying? See, you hear it right now. Yeah, yeah, you hear it. Become in tune with who you are. You know, become in tune with who you are. Like, I was asking myself today, like, I want to turn on the TV because I felt all this energy, and spirit was like, turn the fucking, not the TV, YouTube, turn fucking YouTube off. I want to type in but have YouTube on. Spirit was like, no, just no, silence. And as I became silenced, then as I am speaking to you guys right now, I swear to you, this is how spirit speaks. I hear clearly, just like I'm speaking to you right now. I hear clearly. It's like a conversation, you know? And this conversation is not always prim and proper. I gotta be honest with you, right? If I need to be called out on my shit, you know, I would clearly hear my spirit say, now, you know, that was some bullshit, you know, because you went ahead and you said XYZ, but you want to blame somebody else for being a hypocrite. But remember, when you went over there and you did that, wasn't that hypocritical? Wasn't that hypocritical? Like, spirit be calling you out on some shit. Don't think you get away with shit, you know? Or you know you should have said something, so what you gonna want to do? Okay, you know you should have said something 3 days ago when this happened. Oh, but now you want to be passive aggressive? See, yes, and now your ass is gonna be passive aggressive. Then you'll have to circle back and apologize because you know you can't be stink about this. You're ascending, right? Ain't this what you teach? Ain't this what you teach? You can't be a hypocrite. Ain't this what you teach? They call you out, okay? They call you out. This is what I'm saying. Your moral compass and your righteousness, right? Spirit got you, you know? But you got to get to a place where that is not judged or governed by anyone else's perception or anyone else's paradigm or religious beliefs, right? On how you should feel and how you should believe. Okay? You gotta get to your truth. You gotta seek your own truth, right? Shit. You gotta do that. You know? I always say, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a seeker. So if I seek and this shit leads me back to Jesus, then it leads me back to Jesus. But I'm telling y'all right now, it's not, that's not where it's leading me. You understand what I'm saying? But if I seek and that is where the road takes me and that is the truth, then that's what it is. Right? But if I am a seeker of truth, right? I need to seek that truth for myself. It can't be about someone else's truth with source. No, it can't be. And yes, Carol, we are all. There's going to be another major activation with the portal of energy coming in July 5th. Okay, I think that's a lunar eclipse too happening in Capricorn. And don't forget, there's a lot of emotional energy leaving Cancer season into Leo season. Okay, Leo season, you're gonna have to pay attention to that ego. Yeah, so I want to say the narcissists are going to be shining come Leo season, okay? Oh, they're going to hunty, okay? The narcissists are going to be out come Leo season, okay? I'm just going to be honest, okay? Right now, they're in their feelings because you're not giving them a lot of love, a lot of attention, honey. But come Leo season, honey, they're going to be like, I'm feeling myself. Fuck that shit. I don't need you no more. It's summertime. Okay, I could take my shirt off and get that attention that you're not giving me. I'm telling you, okay? So embrace. I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you. The arrogance is going to be loud next month, okay? You know how we had extreme emotions popping off with this Cancer energy? There's going to be extreme egos next month, okay? If you thought that they could not, I swear to you, next month you're going to be like, oh gosh, I didn't know. I'm swear, next month you're going to be like, if you could, you're not going to have no words. She said, so hope I'm done with this stuff. 4 planets in the 4th house. Ooh. Ooh, that's a lot of feelings, Carol. Ooh, Carol. Have you been doing a lot of crying, Carol? That's a lot of emotions in that fourth house. That fourth house can be an emotional house. Uh, uh. Okay, so that 29 degrees almost gets you to that 30-degree mark. So you have something to master there. Okay. Ah. Yep. You got, see exactly. Um, you see, because the Cancer is all about home and family too, right? Oh, so Kim is on. Oh, see, okay. Out of Kim, because this is where I be getting my information from. Um, so if I'm not mistaken, and Kim can clarify with on me in this one, okay? So, oh, you have Capricorn. Oh. So then you got a lot of stuff that needs to come into order and structure if you got 4 planets in Capricorn too. Okay, so 20. Okay, so I was right about 29 degrees. Okay, so something to master. That's that one step before mastery. Okay. Be, and I'm just going numerically here. I'm seeing. Yeah, Saturn is no joke. We had a class today. It's mastery. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So it's mastery. Just so you guys know, Kim Warner does astrology classes, and that is a beautiful lady that helps me to assess astrology in my own comfortable way. Okay. Um, yeah. I will make the announcement, Carol, for the next class that she's having. Okay, I will make sure to make the announcement, and when I get it, um, oh, look at that! Look at that mastery. Kim said her birthday is 29. That's that mastery. Yeah. Just so you guys know, yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm not saying that you need to become masters of astrology, but you definitely need to know the undertone of astrology, because astrology is literally going to dictate to you what's unfolding in your life right now, what unfolded in the past, and what you can do to change your natal chart for the future, what you can overcome, what you can master. And I love it because it also gives me a great awareness of who I am. Okay. All right. So Ashanti, 29 degrees, sun in Neptune. So Neptune is Pisces energy. Whoo. So Ashanti, that Pisces energy, that is a lot of I want to say major understanding and coming into what's that, 12th house? Okay. 12th house. Thank you, Kim, because I'm in my head thinking about what 12th house is. And Kim, can I say, I'm gonna be real, Kim, right? When you're teaching, sometimes it be so much information. I'm like, fuck, I don't get none of this shit, right? So now to be able to like see that I'm actually getting it, because it's a lot of information, y'all. Today we talked about Chiron, and I'll probably do tomorrow. I'll do Chiron in reference to what I think somebody asked me to talk about something there too. Um, yeah, it's a lot of information. I feel overwhelmed with astrology. Oh my gosh. I feel overwhelmed with astrology. You know, I feel so overwhelmed with astrology. Kim, sidebar, when I give you a call later, I need 12th house. Okay. Okay. Oh, see, okay. So Kim is saying Neptune is the 12th house, like I thought, and that is the undoing. And the undoing has to happen to gain understanding. Carol, I think Carol was the one that said that she had Neptune. So the undoing has to happen so you can gain understanding. So let me just tell you something. So Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. Sometimes they're often called the dustpan of the zodiac. Okay, so really? Oh, thank you, Kim. So with Pisces being the end, okay, with Pisces being the end, of the zodiac signs. Sometimes it's referred to like as the dustpan of the zodiac, because Pisces really is supposed to go in and to get the understanding, that which means that you got to undo shit so you can learn shit, all right? Or you got to get rid of the shit that no longer works for you so you can gain a better understanding. So like if you look at it as to as far as the sequence is, right, as to even where Pisces is placed on and within a zodiac sign, by the time you get to Pisces, Pisces can then go back up to all the other 11 signs, aka archetypes within you, right? They can go back to the, you know, personalities, archetypes, portals, whatever you want to call them within you, and to help you to get either undo the shit that don't work for you, but also to come out with a greater level of understanding. You got to understand that Neptune is a high octave planet, okay? That is the planet of mysticism, all right? So you got to also pay attention to illusions there too, okay? Because, you know, sometimes you got to be careful. There's a thin line between the mystic and the person that's insane. And you know what they say. It is insane for you to keep doing the same thing and think you can get a different result. That's all I'm going to say, okay? So once you gain that understanding, you're able to undo things so you can elevate, okay? So that's what... to me, my understanding or how I interpret the 12th house energy and the Neptune energy, okay? So, yeah, right? Now, degrees wise, I'm still mastering that, so y'all gonna have to, you know. So when I'm doing degrees right now, please know if you're giving me a degree in your chart right now, I'm reducing that down to a single digit, and I'm just going to give you what that single digit means, okay? So I am not a master of astrology yet. I am currently in the process of learning it, okay? Which helps. And then let me just tell you guys something right now. All the systems in the world that teaches you about yourself is connected to astrology, okay? All the systems, okay, whatever system, okay, even, and I must say this too, low key, high key, including religious systems, okay, including religious systems are based on the astrological planetary alignment, okay? I don't care what religion you're in, okay? I don't care what religion you're in. You'll be able to find them stars and the zodiac and the planets and the mystics all up in them those books, okay? Thank you, Middle C. So just you know, but Middle C, fact check everything. You know, this is what I always say. Fact check. The goal is to study to show yourself approved, okay? Because at the end of the day, yeah, and that's and that's on period. At the end of the day, right? You gotta walk your own shit out. You gotta work your own shit out. So Ashanti said, so let me see. Ashanti said, so if it's in my fourth house, the undoing, yep, yes. So it's going to be the undoing of the family, Ashanti, so you can gain awareness and understanding of what you need to do to either to heal the wounds, heal the traumas, to break generational curses, maybe maybe to correct past life trauma, okay? So yes, it's supposed to undo wherever area within you need growth. So say for example, Pisces can be emotional, and Pisces can think they know it all, right? So you know, Pisces can be a little bit over emotional, and Pisces can think they know it all, right? But Pisces are also energetic sponges, okay? Which means that there may be some areas within your relationships, your family relationship, Ashanti, right, where you may think you're know-it-all, where you may not understand the other person's I want to say reaction, because as far as you're concerned, you in your feelings, so your reaction is your reaction, because you know that's just, you know, so there you pay attention to and this is why I like to say this. If you have more than one person telling you the same thing about yourself, you're the common denominator. You may need to pay attention to that, okay? So say, for example, all right, I've had several people tell me, you know, sometimes I intimidate people, right? Well, what do you mean? I think I am the nicest person in the world, right? But if I have more than one person telling me that and they don't even know each other, now I need to come and check within myself. Why do people feel like I'm unapproachable, right? Now, some of that is my makeup and there's nothing I can do about that, right? But some of that is, as a Scorpio, I can, with that Scorpio energy, I can be very blunt. And sometimes it may come across without sugar. You know, although, you know, I say you're either gonna love me or you're not gonna love me at all. There's no in between. You love or hate me, right? That does not mean that I don't have to take into consideration someone else's, not so much feelings, but my approach. So I can have growth in my approach, right? That don't mean that I have to approach everything. Okay, well, this is what it is, and shit. If you don't, you know, like shit, you know, like bitch, you know, I give the best advice. You take it or you leave it. You know, yeah, of course somebody will think that you're unapproachable if that's how I'm coming at them. You know, well, I told you that the last time, but you didn't listen. Oh well, you know, see. So now I work on me. I work on me. Now, what I will say, what I don't do is I own my shit. So if I feel like, okay, I was a little bit aggressive there, I was a little bit, you know, short there for whatever reason, I can own that. But if I know that my heart and my intention was right, then I don't have to own that. That's your shit. You go work on your shit. That's not mine, right? But I do have to take into consideration, if I get different people telling me the same thing, that is an energetic pattern that I know I'm operating with, because they don't know such and such and they don't know such and such told me the same thing that you told me, which means it's an energy thing for me. And it doesn't mean that I have to get rid of it. Maybe I need to embrace it and maybe I need to release it, but that's up for me to decide, okay? Yes, I am the common denominator. And this is how you do your work. This is how you do your work, okay? When you're doing your work, you don't self-project. See, and this is what people don't understand. Do you know sometimes doing your spiritual work, you be feeling like you a punk ass? Y'all know that? Sometimes doing your spiritual work, you be feeling like a punk ass mother scooter. You feel like a punk ass, okay? You feel like people get away with a whole bunch of shit and then your ass gotta be here and you can't say shit, you know, because you being worked on. Like, I'm telling y'all, I have had lots of experience with that, okay? Lots of experience. You feel like you just a freaking doormat, okay? But what people don't understand is that it takes more energy for me to gain maturity, right? And not to react versus taking action, right? So what I've learned now is, right, I don't want to have a whole bunch of dead bodies, aka dead friendships, aka dead communication that I got to circle back and say sorry for. I don't want to do that. So I've gotten mature, right, in this walk, right? And sometimes within this maturity, I do feel like, yeah, they may think I'm a punk ass or a weak ass, you know? Yeah, okay. But what you don't know is the maturity it takes for me not to call your motherfucking ass out on your bullshit. That's what you don't know. What you don't know is that I can rip you to pieces with my words. What you don't know is I can make you feel like scum. That's what you don't know. So all I'm saying is, not because, okay, I choose not to respond and not to say something or not to call you out on your shit means that I'm weak, means that I'm a punk ass, means that I'm a step over. No, it just means that it takes more maturity, right, for me to handle you, okay? That's all that means. Yes, Carol, it is. It is much, much harder, okay? Much harder. And that is the difference between someone that is on their path and they're maturing spiritually, all right? Yeah, when you're maturing spiritually, yep, responding versus reacting. Yep, you either take action or you're going to react. And if you're reacting, that means that you're emotionally triggered, okay? That means that you're an emotional puppet, all right? I don't want to be nobody's emotional puppet. I don't, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to get emotionally triggered, but when I feel like I'm emotionally triggered, I'm aware now, right? So before I react, I pause. All right, how we finna handle this, universe? You see, because this motherfucker don't know. Like, yeah, you know, see, because they don't know that I don't peep last week and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I ain't saying nothing last week, you know. I'm aware of the energy. And that's another thing too, y'all. You know, like, heavens be blissful, right, that I am learning astrology and where the planets alignments are. Because I'm learning astrology and where the planet alignments are, people get passes. I'm be honest. Because I am aware of what the planets are doing, people have been getting passes. But Venus is up. Can y'all see the electromagnetical field on my thing, or is it just me? Is anybody else seeing the electromagnetical field on the camera? It's like, maybe it's just me. You can see it? Okay, okay. All right. Okay, Kimberly says she could see it. Yep, 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 Kimberly, it's on my left side. Yeah, look to the sides, y'all. You should see one is on my left and one is on my right. That is my electrical magnetic field interfering with the camera, okay? And this is how you know you can see energy. That is how energy looks, y'all. You can see this energy in the dark when you shut the lights off with your eyes open, okay? So just so you guys know, you're literally seeing energy, all right? You're literally seeing energy. Oh, by my hands too? That's good because my hands are healing hands. Yeah. So that's how energy looks. Oh, really? Okay, so my energy's popping today, y'all. I like that. I like that. So just be mindful of that. This one over here feels like it's taking a shape. Like right here. It's like a little, okay. Yeah, I like that. Be mindful of that. The spiritual walk don't mean that you're a punk. Some people might think you're a punk, but it don't mean that you're a punk. No, Jasmine. No, Jasmine, sweetie. That is you being able to see electricity. That's all that is. That's all that is. You're able to see electricity. Now, it's getting dark out here, which means the mosquitoes are out, okay? So much for my daily vibration being 3 minutes. Okay? So much for this daily vibration being 3 minutes. I'm going to record another 3-minute daily vibration. This was a good conversation, yeah. I'm about to go inside because I don't have any sleeves on and my back is out, which means that and y'all know my rules about spiders, okay? I am in the spiders territory, which means I can't kill them outside, and they're about to come down and do their thing, so I need to go. Let me see. That's so funny. I was having this conversation with my cousin today. See, look at that. I made it. I made it. Made it through the 2 minutes. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Tomorrow is Saturday. I say make sure that you guys have your notification button on because I might jump on tomorrow. If you guys don't see me over the weekend, have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back next week, okay? Major shout out to my girl Kim Warner. The next class she's having, I will make sure to let you guys know, okay? And I'm also going to put it in the description box, all right? The next meditation is coming up on July 5th at 3 p.m. That's a Sunday, okay? That is going to be for the lunar eclipse in Capricorn, all right? That is also activation energy. That is eclipse energy, all right? It is a donation of $20. You guys can make sure that you include your email address if you are going to be attending so you can get the private link, okay? In the meditation classes, I do Reiki energy healing, okay? And then I go ahead and I send that healing energy out as well as maybe some chakra alignments and some Kundalini awakening. It just depends on where you guys are, okay? All right, my lovelies. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Mwah. I'm going to see you guys next week or maybe over the weekend. Bye, guys. How do you do